Hi everyone, welcome back to Growth Hacks Experiences. Today I am honored and thrilled to have as a guest in Growth Hacks Experiences Lini Bagal. Lini is a transformational coach. Lini is also an expert in hypnotherapy, teaching and learning directly from the famous renowned Marisa Peers. And this is not only what these are some of the skills that I have discovered from Lini, a fellow CBC coach that is working with entrepreneurs and leaders around the world. Lini, how are you today?
I'm good. Thank you so much, Jean Carlos, for inviting me. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you for this moment, Lini. Tell us a little bit. Actually, I'm watching about the slogan that you have, the logo that you have in the corner. It's called the ICF. What does the ICF stands for?
It's an International Coaching Federation, and it gives you the surety and also the guarantee of a high standard coaches, which brings that high quality
Super,
and which
indeed.
sets them apart from others. Yeah.
Super, indeed. I consider that that's one of the things indeed that we also need when we work in the level of coaching, how we can demonstrate people the benefits that they can get from different styles of coaching. And when we talk about different styles of coaching, Lini, life business coach, rapid transformational therapy practitioner, could you ex could you tell us a little bit how was that journey for you?
It's like a roller coaster, very exciting. I must say, also for my personally and professionally, it has shaped me in various ways and equipped me with all kinds of tools which help me to achieve tremendous success in all areas. And also, it gives me that focus, that clarity, and allows me to help as many individuals as I can.
Wonderful. So for the community out there of entrepreneurs, Lini is in Berlin. Berlin is one of the cities that it has a tremendous growth on in scale ups and startups in the last decade. You have worked with several startups in the area. May I ask you, Lini, how do you see the ecosystem growing in Berlin, and how do you see the new, not the new, the growing necessity of coaching in startups?
So, with the startup, it's growing rapidly because they are not afraid to think out of the box, to come up with innovative ideas, to take the challenges and just simply thrive. But what I realize it, what is essential is coaching because they have so many ideas and strategies, objectives, everything. But what they required is the correct direction. And that's where our coaching part and the hypnotherapy part, it helps. For example, to build team spirits, to direct the clear ideas, and to enhance focus, concentration, and overcome limiting beliefs. And
Exactly.
also, it helps tremendously for setting goals and achieve them together.
Wonderful. That's one of the things that I consider as well, that is very different from the times where our parents were in business, let's say. My mother worked for the same company for more than 50 years, I believe. She pretty much reached almost the 40 something years. My father in a different case, but we come those generations, they used to stay in the same company forever, and the relationships that they were built inside of those companies will take years, and will have the time to grow into something bigger. But now we are in these ever changing environments, ever changing people. They're probably actually even entrepreneurs that they are accustomed to change of career often just because they are constantly searching for it, which brings us to that issue of like team building, creating this strong relationship inside of a company. How would you normally could you tell us a little bit from this coaching side and also from the therapy side, the hypnotherapy side, how does that affect a company, a startup, and what are tips that you could give us as well in to put our hands into action right away?
Sure. But for the team building, definitely the biggest challenges are when it's because people come from the different backgrounds. They comes with a different perspective. And it's a challenging part to keep them united within a team to achieve that productivity. But if we teach them, if you want to go faster, go alone. But if you want to go longer, you need to adopt collaboration technique.
Correct.
And when you share with them and show them, not just to share the ideas, but to show them how they can achieve that, that will boost overall confidence. It will solve many problems and it will reduce also the stress within team.
Super. Do you think that is it possible to do, for example, in terms of coaching, is it something that actually can be done as a group, in larger groups, and in the same way for hypnotherapy, or is something more that is more effective if it's individual?
Absolutely, you can do that also in larger groups. So when you ask them what are the challenges they are facing and what are their perspective, because in many situations what happens, it's like two energies, they meet together, and the moment they meet, that's where those impacts happen. So that means even inside the group, when we share with them, give them the challenge and ask them to solve that, you will get the different answers from everyone.
Yeah, certainly.
So you can make it personalized one-to-one coaching, or you can make it in a group coaching.
Yeah. And here's what I consider that indeed, as a coach myself, I don't have those techniques of hypnotherapy. And I consider that indeed, sometimes coaching takes time. It takes us to that moment till they come to have that aha moment, or to discover really what the real reason behind of their actions. So how does that in that moment, how does hypnotherapy works? How does it, why is it faster?
It's faster because we deal with root causes and we use different techniques. For example, we use RFPI, which means role, function, purpose, and intentions. So when the person is facing any challenges or situation, we apply these all four parameters and we will make that person to unfold its own perspective and not just its own, to understand the other side of the story. And this gives you that clarity because every story has three sides: yours, mine, and the truth. What happened is we just concentrate only on our sides and what we believe is the truth. So it helps.
Yeah.
And why it is rapid? Because I have learned many tools from Marisa Bears, like 15 to 16 tools. And as for the need and the person's challenges, individual challenges, I navigate them swiftly and they find their own answers at the end of the sessions.
So it's indeed a self reflection in the deeper sense of consciousness.
Yes, absolutely. And not just that, it's a long process because sometimes, even though you do one session, but what happened is your mind set change. You go from fixed mindset to the growth mindset because you expand your perception and you try to understand things on deeper level.
Wonderful. Completely foresee it. Once we understand the truth, for example, having this different perspective, is it something that can be we can train ourselves to do it ourselves, like actively, or what is the difference between working with hypnotherapies and working ourselves on these concepts?
The biggest difference is absolutely the biggest difference is when you work with hypnotherapists, they are trained. They have gone through the trainings and they have seen the patterns, and they, without prejudice, they can guide you to rapidly change your situation and get the desired result. When we try to do that by our own, what happens is many times we give up because we handle situations and the challenges with the consciousness. But when you do the hypnotherapy, you go beyond that because you bypass the consciousness. With subconscious mind, you reach to the root cause, and with superconscious mind, you become aligned, and it helps you in your day-to-day life, personally and professionally. Specifically helpful for leaders and executives because they are the ones who often experience high level of stress, and which could cloud judgments and hinder the decision making processes. So hypnotherapy can help reduce that stress and anxiety, and it allows for clearer thinking and more rational decision making. So what happens is it improves their focus, concentration, and they stay on track to complete the task more efficiently.
Okay.
And many times it happens that they come up with limiting beliefs, for example, to identify or address negative patterns or replace decisions with positive, empowering belief systems. So it helps them to change that and to support overall leadership growth.
Yeah, I see. Once we have achieved a growth, let's say in terms of a personal experience, when it comes about personal growth, we start to also experience things that have to do with energy, with the way how we even have, let's say, have our relationship with the world. There was something that I heard recently about we tend to have this past. We tend to have to take it from our parents. We tend to have from our parents and from our past this sense of energy and this sense of um, rules, or I would say that carriage that we are carrying from the way how our parents thought, and that also influence our behavior. How is that affecting our lives, and how can we change that for a better future?
It's really a very good question. It does affect our life because it's like how we learn from the childhood. If someone is showing us uh, limiting beliefs or the negative patterns, like you're not good enough, you can't do this, you can't achieve that, it stays with us, and we carry that energy in everything, whatever we do. So we start limiting ourselves, limiting our self confidence. And then also, what happens is we start comparing with the others. Oh, that person is that much successful, yet I have not reached there. That means I'm lacking the self confidence, I'm not good enough. So you see, these layers are already there. And if something is happening, it gets triggered. and they immediately link to their past energies and experiences. But how this process can change is hypnosis gives the tool which makes the person aware of what they want to do with the situation, and if they want to really apply the earlier past energy, or if they want to break that. And it's achievable. All they have to do is to make unfamiliar familiar. The one thing what I learned from Marisa Peer is rule of mind.
Yeah, how does it work?
So it's any habit, whatever we build, if we do it continuously for 21 days, you form that. And we don't know if it's good or bad. We only come to know once we get that result out of that. But how you can break is, if you have that habit, first to identify, accept, and then you can create a plan to break them and break into small pieces and achieve them. But for that entire process, when you have someone who is experienced, have already known what are the challenges you might face or where you need the support, it boosts your confidence, it gives you that constant support and encourage you to stay on track and to achieve that.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, indeed. Even I heard recently a quote that it was mentioning that whatever you do, whatever action that you take to create a habit, it does has a progress daily. The progress might be negative or might be positive, but you are creating progress. So at the end of the day, it's your decision what kind of progress do you want to have. So it was interesting because I was thinking like, okay, I can indeed also avoid creating a bad habit if I know that the progress that I'm doing daily is not the one that I want to chase. So that was actually also reflecting on how we were talking about the 21 days. Lini, one question indeed in the fact of what we want to achieve in life. Once that we have understood that there are things that we have carried through our lives that we can reprogram from our brain. And now then we start having this analysis with hypnotherapy. What would you consider that is some of the healthy habits, or what are the things that we should keep focusing throughout our week or throughout our life, let's say, in order to have a healthy mind, a healthy state of mind, what they call peace of mind. What kind of exercises, what kind of habits would you recommend?
Very important habit is never compare yourself with others. It's very easy to fall into that trap. What happens is we start comparing our success with the others, but everyone has their own path, their own success level, and their own life purpose. So once we identify our own life purpose, what we want to do and why we want to do and what's the outcome, when we do all that work, it helps us to identify what the life vision is, how we can achieve that, and what are the results I want to get at the end of this process. Once that's become clear, then the path gets easy, because then we stop comparing ourselves with the others and we start investing in ourselves in case of through learning, getting new experiences, expanding our perception, meeting new people, visiting new places. And we become very open-minded and we reach to the destination, to that life purpose.
Wonderful. So if I had a question, Lini, imagine that you will have a huge billboard in the moon, and you could put one message to the world. what would be that message and why? No worries, you can take your time. I know sometimes
My
it's
message,
a
that's tough and challenging questions, but my message would be we are all unite. And if we operate from that oneness energy, everything becomes easy here.
we're united.
Because it's like one in all and all in one.
And we are stronger by the numbers, indeed.
Absolutely. Because when you start saying this way, in a oneness, then the first thing happen is ego is gone. You start to understand the person with compassion, empathy, and it helps.
Wonderful. So, Lini, from our community of entrepreneurs here in the Netherlands, in Germany, from business coaches that we would like to get in contact with you, how would be the best way for them to get in touch with you in the coming weeks, in the coming period?
You can contact me through my website, which is innerlight-compass.de.
Right, and with the episode. And quick question: how come the name? How did the name Inner Light Compass came to existence?
Because after doing the hypnotherapy and CBC, it has helped me first to go within, to get the answers to solve the life challenges. And I wanted to have the meaningful name for my company, which can represent what people can benefit from that. So the name itself says in a light compass, that means when you go inside, it becomes your own compass and it guides you to get to your north light.
Wonderful. Always having a North Star right in front of you with your inner light compass. There you have it. Lini, thank you very much. Thank you for this time. And it was a pleasure to have this conversation with you. Looking forward to learn more and more about hypnotherapy with the inner light compass. We're going to make sure to share the information for all the entrepreneurs to reach with you. And I wish you a wonderful evening as well. Everyone, if you have a question for
Thank
Lini,
you so much.
please make sure to leave us a comment. We'll make sure to do it with to reach Lini for these questions that you might have and how you can actually also interact with Lini in the future. Lini, any last question? Any last thought for the world today?
All I can say is you're enough. And be kind to yourself and operate from love.
Thank you very much. To everyone, to you, to everyone. I wish you everyone a wonderful day. Take care. This has been an amazing episode and see you soon next time. Bye bye.